This is Street Topics, where we keep it raw and unfiltered. We talk about the topics that you are afraid to, but we are not. You got myself, Jasim, and then of course the one and only Donald Baker. He may make you mad or he may have you laughing. It's depending on how the mood you feel. Regardless, we're going to keep it true, get the facts, and keep it controversial. Are you ready for this episode of Street Topics? Stay tuned, y'all.
What's up? It's another episode of Street Topics, where we keep it raw and hit all the topics that is on the live and newsworthy and much more. But of course, as always, it's the host C. Holmes on this episode of Street Topics. Of course, I'm not here by myself. I have the one and only, the myth, the one that's going to have you rolling. So he's trying to keep a straight face, but you know he want to smile. I'm talking about the one and only Donald Baker. He had to put them shades on.
Good evening, people.
And, you know, he tried to play it off, had the little good evening. You know, he gonna act a fool. He gonna act a fool, and you know, you ain't gonna have no sense. But that's what it's all about. We keep it raw. But let's bring down the music as we hit on the topic and what is the topic of hand. But before we dive into it, how you feeling today, Baker?
It's a Tuesday day. That's all I can say. It's a Tuesday.
Right.
Sir. Where's our partner in crime?
Oh, you know where he at.
He had to wash the dishes.
He must didn't do something. Nah, he has to make.
He must have had to wash dishes tonight.
Oh man, why you gonna
the
call
wife?
him out
Because I know she make him wash dishes on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
How you know this guy's schedule like that?
Yeah, and so he had to wash dishes, and this morning he had to cut the yard because if he don't, she got a whip.
Not a whip. I know you ain't talking about the whip. Just pulling it. Yeah.
It's louder than that, brother.
Oh. He gonna get you when he gonna be like, what that fool? Yeah, he gonna get you. Now, the topic of hand is why a 9-to-5 man gets overlooked in black dating culture. And of course, we're gonna talk a little snippet at the end, the death of Malcolm-Jamal, who we all know from the famous and classic show, The Cosby's, and all the other great accolades. So that was a deep hit, you know, where he inspired us. And then, like, I saw some of his podcasts, some clips as well. Definitely a great guy. But we're going to hit that near the end to pay our respects. But for the topic of hand, how do you feel about the respect for a regular 9-to-5 man, Baker? I'm going to give you a quick give you time to speak on this. And I'm going to play this video clip of pretty much it's going to aggravate the people who want to live this luxury lifestyle. But they need to be informed. But go ahead, Baker.
Well, how do I feel about a 9-to-5 man is needed? If you ain't functioning, running no business, you ought to be a 9-to-5. And if you're a 9-to-5, you're just a basic man. But if you're a business owner, you work 24 hours around the clock. A business owner put in more hours than a 9-to-5.
Yep, it's always nonstop, so the hours on.
Yes, sir. So I want to see where we're going with it so I can rip it.
All right. So from this guy comes from a guy's David. He has an insurance company, but he's always educating people when it comes to financial literacy. And when this example, I just got a good small snippet of it. He was breaking it down like if somebody wanted to have this extremely luxury house. And I don't think people really think of the cost that comes with obtaining this house and even to maintain it. And so he did this quick little lesson for those who are, you know, wanted to buy houses, a married couple, and much more. And what he demonstrates is a conversation we need to have ourselves, or what should have been taught to us a long time ago. But let me go ahead and pull up the clip and share the screen. So let me get up right now.
So you're looking at what? You're looking at $528 per year to make. You need to make $528,000 a year pre-tax money to live in a $1.5 million home, have 4 kids, send them to a cheap private school that's only $1,500 a month, drive a regular car, go to Costco, have a little bit of fun, spend a little bit of money on insurance, save maybe $1,000 a month, miscellaneous couple here. That's $528. They look at each other. I'm like, so what are you guys thinking right now? Oh my God. Pat, how the hell do we do this? Exactly. How do we do this? I don't know how I'm going to do this. So you have one of two choices. What are the choices? cut 2 kids, to only have 2 kids, right? Forget the $1.5 million home, go to a $500,000 home. Okay. You know, weddings, guess what? We ain't going to all the weddings anymore because we can't afford to go to all the weddings. So that's going to be out. Hey, babe, half the invitations we're getting, cancel it. We can't afford to go to it. Car, we have to get a 5-10-year-old used car to be able to barely get to, but how do we do it? What's the point here? I started off the entire conversation telling you about what James Sexton does when it comes down to what? Divorce, prenup. 1,000, only 7 came back to get a divorce. I've probably done this exercise 10,000 times in the last 25 years. Literally, probably 10,000 times. Do you know how many times of every couple I did this with, how many times they went like this? Oh my God. Oh my God. And I would always ask, has anybody had this conversation with you? Nobody. Have your parents had this conversation with you? No. How about yours? No. A friend? No. An advisor? No. A teacher? A mentor? A pastor? A church leader? No. 99% of the time, nobody has this conversation. So let me get this straight. We fall in love because we love each other and we get married. We're so happy. And then boom, life hits. And then we want to get a divorce. Why? Because we did not have a conversation like this together. There was no needs analysis. This is the most basic. And by the way, do you know why parents don't have this conversation with their kids? Because nobody had it with them. Who had it with them? So imagine if you're watching this right now, like, oh my God, I wish I would have had this conversation with my kids. Who had it with you? Who talked to you? Who sat you down and said, what are you doing buying that jewelry?
So this is like, I know we hit on some previous episodes, but it seems like the trend of people and couples want to have this big luxury household and much more. And then when you break it down to the numbers and how much it costs, especially if you have kids, want to put them in private school, you know, you want to have birthdays and all these things. And when you break down these numbers and you have someone like an expert that's showing you in front of your face, a lot of times you get that reaction because no one has had this conversation. And a lot of times even I'll be surprised if somebody else's parents has had, and if they did, good job, because majority of households are not having this conversation and leaving for their kids to figure it out on their own. So what do you think, Baker?
Well, that is the truth. That's facts. And the thing is that we've been taught, we've been duped by the dominant culture to believe that wealth is obtained in things. And that's not true because wealth is a false impression of success when it comes to things. Okay. So if you got a whole lot of things, it's a false impression sometimes. All right. Because when you understand money and you understand the dollar and you understand the value of it, you're not going to always wear your money on your back and drive it and put it on your feet. There's nothing wrong with having nice things. All right. And good things. Ain't no sense in me having 5 cars and I can't drive but one and it's just me. We have to put priorities back in perspective, such as a person. It is what it is, but you know,
And I love
a single.
everything that you're bringing into play, but just as like this topic, me and you understand this. But when you have a hardworking black man, I'm speaking specifically from my culture because I can only speak that because of my own experience doing that. You have this culture and trend now. It's like, oh, I don't want no 9-to-5 working man because he can't afford this lifestyle, or if he can't do this, their actions start disrespecting him because he's not able to afford the lifestyle that they desire.
And,
Go ahead.
and what it is you got to understand what happens is the woman that says that, the person that says that is because they have something to prove and they want to show somebody and make somebody feel they arrived by obtaining these things to make it just to further the agenda of going on. I made it there. And to make people like you. People buy things, drive things, wear things to get other people to like things about them. And most of the time, you go find a man, a woman, and check this out. What they do, Doc, listen, they ugly
Oh
in the
God.
face. And they go out and I woke up in the Bugatti. I woke up in the Bugatti. I woke up in the Bugatti.
Not you with the Bugatti. The
Hold
whole
on,
head
let me see,
shaking.
can I do it?
Yeah, do it again.
woke up
woke
in
up
the
in that new
Bugatti.
Bugatti.
I woke up in the new Bugatti. I woke up in the new Bugatti. I woke up on the street. Woke up in the warehouse. I woke up begging for $20. I
Uh
woke
oh.
up in a
Uh
new
oh.
Bugatti.
Uh oh.
See the foolishness
Uh
that
oh.
we cater to. Now that's it for tonight.
You know you got some more in that in them
No,
bowls and
no,
much
no.
more.
But what I'm saying is we must revisit the definition of wealth from the standpoint of teaching our children, even in their adult age, how to handle money.
Exactly, and it
Spend
really
less, save more.
and the
Wait for the right opportunity to buy cars and houses and all that good stuff.
and I want to add this into the conversation. What you're talking about is like the extremely wealthy people that I know, and I'm pretty sure that you know as well. They always talk about financial literacy and the importance of budgeting. But when it comes to us, the moment that we hear budgeting, we cringe. Like, well, I'm not budgeting. Oh, something wrong with you if you budget. But we make fun of that word. But the people who have the most big and the most assets, who actually have the money to build a company or a corporation, or hello, is hiring you to work because they paying your paycheck. They budget all the time. What do you think will happen if they don't budget for their employees' expenses and salaries and much more? What do you think will happen if they don't budget for those kind of expenses? Guess what? That company's gonna get shut down and you're gonna be lost without a job. So it blows
Absolutely.
my mind how we make fun of the word budget and then we criticize a hardworking man because those are like the fundamentals. You don't get like exceptional wealth without working and earning for it.
And the average person don't have enough money saved for the average emergency. The average emergency happens when you're a homeowner or just a normal person. It's going to be from 500 to $1,000, and if you ain't got that saved, you in trouble.
Let's be real,
Not only
Bacon.
that, not
No
not
one has
only
that.
yeah, and it's sad. And not only that, I would say furthermore, take it up a notch. When you're in a home, you never know what's going to happen.
Hmm.
And so what you have to do is you have to be prepared for that the unexpected. Okay, and I will call myself a foolish man to go home to leave this house and put on a pair of Gucci and Yves Saint Laurent
But
shoes
you
and
know that's what
suits.
they like to celebrate in our
Yeah,
culture.
and then our culture, and then you Uber to work. There ain't nothing wrong with Uber.
Not at all. But I do have a problem with people going beyond their means and then complaining about it.
Right, right. So we need to teach our people that. And I don't know if they're going to get it at the rate they're going. I just don't see that happening.
And why is that? Because like I know you,
Uh,
I understand where you're coming from, but enlighten the audience why you're like I don't know
well,
if this is gonna be.
because of this culture that we're dealing with. They want it right now, and they want to be seen, and they want to be recognized by status.
Wait. We gotta give you.
And she can have a $500 wig on a
Oh
dumb
God.
head,
Here you go.
can have a fake Gucci purse,
Here you
and
go.
don't have $2
Here you go.
nor a credit card,
Oh God.
and
Or
she
no
can
or
have
bad
and she
credit.
and she can have on some Via Wayne shoes and got bad feet,
They gonna come after you.
fake
But
stuff.
that's real though.
But we
And
want
what
to impress people, man.
yeah, and the way you do it is you don't not by like that. Like, okay, I'm gonna showboat what is a depreciating asset or have no value at all and look
Car.
like I have money. But as
Hmm.
soon as someone asks you or you need to come up or cough up the money, you won't have it because you try to show off. What
Yes.
logic does that make? No seriously big established financial person that I know or bumped into does that. If
Yes.
anything, they call those fools.
And they are, because what they're doing, again, if you look, real money doesn't make noise.
Moves in silence.
Silent. Dollar bills, you don't hear. Change, you hear. Wealthy people wear t-shirts and blue jeans. Poor people on Gucci shoes, and all this kind of stuff, and they have no money. They showing you an imitation of this is it. And maybe that's the way they psych themselves out to be there one day. But I
So
think the
what do
financial
they
system,
promoting a lie, telling themselves a lie?
yeah, well, right. Because what happens is this here, they don't have what it takes.
Uh-oh. Now you speaking on something right now because a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
found
you
out
need to
that a
rattle
lot.
somebody's feathers.
Yeah, I found out that the rappers, most of them are broke, and what they do is this: they go out and rent a. I woke up in a Bugatti.
I'm surprised you didn't put your shades on.
They so I don't know where they put. Oh,
You
there
threw
you
them out
go.
around the room.
And take pictures and take it back to the rental dealership.
The person who you paid and they got your
You
money.
see, it's a lot of fraud. There's a lot of fake. There's a lot of manipulation, and people wants to do that. I'm a man that want to be able to live in a comfortable home, drive a working car, and be able to eat bread.
And that makes logical sense. But like why do men who work a 9 to 5 get disrespected by women who want this luxury lifestyle? It's like
Because they don't understand the power of the dollar.
you
They
trying to
don't.
you telling me they need to take their ass back to school?
Right. Because he may be working a 9 to 5, but he probably got a 401, some kind of plan that's going to put him in good shape in the next 20 years.
Right.
Despise not that, but understand that. And the woman who talking that trash, you need to find out what she working with.
Oh, so the thing is, you have nowadays in this trend, you have those who like a fast life, those who like to use explicit their bodies and much more to obtain the wealth. And now I see in the trend is those who get their wealth in that fast kind of way, legally and illegally, now brag and promote that all on social media and basically say you need to follow and do what I do and pretty
Uh-huh.
much bring down any man who doesn't even touch the amount of wealth they have, even though they've done some illegal activities. So what do you say about that?
Let me let me say something. You said something I wrote down here. Just a second. First of all, what is money? I'm gonna help you tonight, Cushites, Nicodemus. Money is simply an instrument or a tool. Keep that in mind. And you got to be careful how you handle a instrument, and you got to be careful how you handle your tools.
Right.
When you're talking about the people who want the fast life and doing other things to get it, remember this thing. Nobody ever told you this. I'm going to tell you
Uh
tonight
oh.
on Soul Production.
Uh oh.
You're going to get old and ain't going to be able to do what you're doing now. Trick it.
What the hell?
And then what you're going to work with. Now you don't have no skill, no craft. You're all dried up. So we
Uh
have to
oh.
understand and put some value to this. People, we were not taught money 101.
Mm-mm. And we're playing catch up.
We far behind though. Because the way the market is trending and going and headed, and not only the market, the way of financial currency and this geopolitical system that is totally messed up, and the dollar is losing its value every single day,
Yep.
every
And
single day.
second hour, all that.
The house that you want today probably costs a couple of 100,000, but by tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, it's going to be 500,000. I'm using it as an example, just trying to make some sense of it. So you got to start doing what you're doing. Don't fail. Humble yourself. If you got to live in, move in with people, and live with them for a couple of years, have a plan to dig out of it and save your money because the rates is too high, the market is
Hmm.
going crazy. We got wars over the Middle East, and the price of gas is going to shoot up, and the dozen of eggs is $48.20, and 1 pound of beef is $99. Okay, we gonna all be eating together or eating each other.
And then like before I
And we
play
ain't
this,
gonna worry about schools because the malls and all those places are closing because they don't like the riffraff that's coming in, robbing, snatching, and things. There's a whole lot of things changing. And
right?
and only the young people, the young uneducated, are the ones who are driving this force.
Exactly. And I want to bring up this clip of what came
And
from,
TikTok is false wealth. Go ahead.
uh, but I want to bring up this clip of a sister that
Okay,
wanted
go right
something to
ahead.
say, and it's going to surprise a lot of women because a lot of times we see the one sided story all the time on their social media platforms, but she has a little something else, a little bit different to say. So I'm gonna
Okay.
pull it up.
I'm gonna say this one time for the delusional bitches in the back. Honestly, what world do y'all live in where y'all think that a woman with a 9 to 5 job that can barely afford to take care of herself expects a man with a 9 to 5 job to take care of her, take care of himself, get her hair done, get her nails done, take her shopping, buy her designer, take her on all the trips, or you don't want him, or he ain't a good man, or you would rather be single. Reality is, most men work a 9 to 5. Most men work a job. The amount of men that are rich, the amount of men that are drug dealers, that are successful, that are rich, is slim to none. And women outnumber men, baby. Go find you a good man. Bring your job, bring your income. He bring his income. Y'all come together and y'all build something. That shit gonna be way more meaningful and it's gonna last way longer than you out here chasing behind some materialistic shit that don't even matter at the end
Now
of the
that's
day.
well.
If didn't nobody tell you, Auntie Mike told you.
That's well put.
Finally, we have a sister that sent some damn sense, and she talked about
Well
unity
put.
working together. She didn't
Well
talk about
put.
like, oh, my money and his money. She's talking about putting the money together, and it's gonna be a lot more meaningful long term.
And listen to what she said. You women out there expecting the man that's working to take care of you when you won't even work a job. Or you working a 9 to 5, but you want him to do it above all. That don't work.
Phew. And what blows
Yeah.
my mind is you
That's
have
just good.
those,
I like this.
yes, and you have those that talk all that smack and much more, and like you said, don't work at all, or have like the bare minimum job and talking about, oh, I'm a high end, like seriously. I was watching this clip not too long. I wish I would have brought up earlier how it was a woman that said this. That was basically, I'm paraphrasing from my own words. I'm making them a little more blunt. She was like, "How the hell you expect somebody else to pay for this luxury lifestyle and you can barely make ends meet, or you want this expensive ass car and you barely crossing over 1,000,
But what
or
are
you
people connecting to people like that for when they're not equally yoked together?
oh
She's telling you straight up, I
yep
need you to let me stay home and get fat and nasty and not paying the bills. And when you come home, at least I've got some grease. I've got fat that you could shake my arm and drop 10 pounds of lard and we can fry some chicken.
What the hell?
you ain't got no damn sense, Baker. But you did hit something that's going to educate all of us. Like, yeah, like why are they even connected to these kind of folk?
Do I
Like
the
exactly.
connection?
Oh, I'm gonna tell something. I'm gonna say something. This is gonna probably get you riled up. And probably like, hey, you went there, Chris? Yes. You want to know why they be talking to those, even though they be yapping at the mouth? It's because the poo nanny. It's the poo
I,
nanny.
I, I was gonna say it. I was gonna say it, but to me, it ain't nothing that good enough to make you want to do all that, man. Come on, come
Well,
on.
you had some wisdom, some sense. You got a lot of young whippersnappers, in the words of Jazz Sim, to say
You got
that they
that?
ain't got a lot of common sense and they just fall into the fall out the boat.
No, they got a lot of calm. And
God.
here's the thing. Those things are wear out.
Yep.
Things stop. And if you ain't connected with somebody on a level that's far better than that, you're nothing. Lady, the beautiful brown frame is gonna fade away.
Yep.
I'll tell you a secret. Don't tell nobody I said it.
Oh,
When you get old, that don't wear out, fall out.
oh God. Wait. What you talking about?
If it don't wear out, it's gonna fall out. So you got to understand.
Oh my
You got to
God.
understand the value of things and what you put and who and why am I connected to people, or am I connected just for that moment, that quick satisfaction, that that, or is this something more sinister, more deep, or more spiritual, more? This is a not a sex part. This is a partner. You know,
And
it's a lot.
that is a lot. And one other thing I want to bring into the play is this: is people look at their partner as like a tool, not
Yeah.
as an individual person. Like this person, like screw whatever he thinks or she
Hmm.
thinks. I'm gonna get what the hell I want, and I really think people don't realize how traumatic and toxic that is.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
get into relationships in marriages. Yeah, I said marriages too, just to use the other person, and then in due time, it starts pretty much erupting when these conversation comes out, or like when the real test of life hits or conflicts hits. Life happens and
Yeah.
it's gonna happen, and then shit start hitting the fan.
Now,
And
I'm at the belief that this is a younger generation way of thinking. Uh, the average man or woman in their mid 40s and up, they kind of understand this, unless they somebody who just really didn't have a good time in their life and they trying to wait. Now they done got 40 and now they want to go to clubs every night and stuff. And you're putting all that wear and tear on them old wore out knees.
What the hell?
Young people,
they're gonna drop it
the
like
young
it's hot. They
people,
ain't gonna be. They ain't gonna drop down like low. Ain't gonna be able to get up.
young
They're gonna
people,
help, help.
I don't believe the young people understand that. That's what they're looking at right now. They're looking at, I got it going on right now.
Like I'm
You
invincible. Ain't
can't,
nothing gonna
you
touch
can't, you
me.
can't, yeah, you can't touch me. That's right. But they don't understand. They gonna want to stay home sometime. And it's just a lot going on, Chris. I wish I could talk about this more and more, uh, you know, to be transparent to enough to help people understand the art of money and how to handle it, and not only that, just how to do things. You get it?
That, and then
What?
I want to add like the importance of educating yourself and working together. I
Hmm.
really want to strongly hit on this real quick because we
Hmm.
live in this trendy thing that is like independent. I can do it all
Hmm.
by myself in the room. And they
You know,
that's how they sound.
nigga, 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 nigga.
And they miss out on the beauty of actually working together as a
Yes,
unit, and
yes,
like
sir.
not realizing how much more you can obtain, how you can enjoy the present, and how like you will actually appreciate each other more when you're doing that. Because when
Yeah.
you just sit your ass there and just let somebody else do all the work, you're not gonna be. I find, in my opinion, that the person who just sits their ass there all the time becomes like a spoiled brat and don't appreciate nothing, and is never
Mm.
satisfied. And I said that on my other show. I don't feel like this person is never satisfied until life slaps them or punch the hell out of them in their face, and then they're like, "Why me?" Because you didn't put any kind of work. You expect in life in your entire. You think life it should be just thrown, and then the world revolves around you. When you have people who will bust their ass off each and every day trying to make ends meet, you don't even have half the stuff you have.
But again, you got to remember this here. They were not taught.
Yep, and we hit that.
Something something went wrong, and we're not pointing the blame. We were too busy telling the kids to go to school, get an education, and didn't explain to them that there's a possibility that when you go to school and mom and daddy spend all this money getting you in school to be a lawyer, there's a good chance you're gonna come out with no job but a lot of debt and a bunch of degrees.
Exactly. And we all know the expenses of college degrees and much more, but that's an
Absolutely.
investment. But I don't think people realize the amount of work and the work you have to put in after. I think what happens is people become entitled and expect it easy. And when they find out real quick that life is hard and you
Yeah.
really got to grind it out, That's
Right.
when all this
There
comes
you
up.
go. That's what they miss right there. You grown. You on your own. You you can't always run to mama, you know,
Because what
and daddy.
happens,
Because
they
now
be
they got
like,
to live and they can't leave you nothing behind because they eating out of it now.
exactly, because like, they be like, I need help. Like, someone help me. And they're like, shit, I got to help my own damn self too. I can't turn around like I got some stuff and bills and
Mhm.
stuff chasing. My life's about to get cut off.
Yes. Yeah. You come up with some good ones. Chris, I hate to end it uh, tonight, but it's been good. I got some stuff going. And I was on 2 shows this morning. But you got a final point. It's 8:26. You want to smash something? I know you always got something.
Well, what I was saying, I'm gonna play this clip for the actor because I want to make
Okay.
sure I put my
Yeah,
dedication.
that's right. That's right. That's what I'm talking.
But like, I'm gonna say
And
my
I want to
point.
ask you something. Now, I'm kind of behind on that one, but I want to ask you something about that when you go play it.
Okay, so like, just to make my point real quick, and then I'll play the video. Is learn to appreciate each other, and
Yes, sir.
with that said, life has become so much more memorable when you work and earn it, because you appreciate the kingdom or the things you put into
Mm,
it to really look back and be like, we built and established this together. And I
okay.
think that's what people are missing. This one, they think life is works by just it being given to you,
Yes.
and that's not how it is.
No, sir.
Take sacrifice.
Never have and never will be. But go.
Right. Now let me play this quick clip, and then I'll let you have your little final say, and I'll make little things as well. But let me make sure I get this clip in for dedication for the actor. I'm gonna kind of skip forward a little bit. Well, I'll start a little bit here.
Star of The Cosby Show has died. He was only 54. According to TMZ, the actor died in an accidental drowning. People reports it was on a family vacation in Costa Rica. Details beyond that are scarce.
Dad, I won't be doing anything at my prom tonight that you won't be doing at yours.
Don't forget, I'm married to my prom date.
Gotcha, Dad. I guess they liked what I did.
He was Emmy nominated for his work on the classic NBC sitcom and worked steadily since it wrapped in 1992, most recently with an arc on 911.
Looks like he's found a great life for himself. We're talking about an industry where working actors have a 94% rejection rate.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so you're talking every time you go into an audition, you know that 90% of the times you don't book the job based on something that has nothing to do with your work. But at the same time, you have to come in and bring your A game every single time.
He's survived by his wife and daughter, though he worked hard to keep their identities private.
You know, I mean, we're all good. We're the best that we could possibly be. So we're all in a really good place. There's still so much to be grateful for.
Wow.
And I wanted to share that because it really just shows how a humble person he is and hardworking, especially with this topic of like how he established, and then he kept his life private. But you can definitely see that he was a good soul,
Very
and
humble man.
and he would definitely be deeply missed.
Yeah.
But I want to give you a chance to kind of speak because I know you crunch for time. But like with that, like what you want to like end off on?
Well, I'm glad you ended with this, and that's a description of what a good man should be. Beside people, we gotta steer away from the negative thoughts we're gonna hear from social media, the dominant culture, to bash this man. All we know is he had a marvelous life and a good life, and I'm already hearing the rumors that something about this don't make sense, and I know where they headed, down a rabbit hole. Okay, you had a life jacket on, and you had help, and then why did you drown? And I know people gonna be suspecting, is it a money thing? So
Yeah.
we need to sometime quit the chatter, appreciate what he's done and been, and move on. That's not with just him. It's a whole lot of people. With that said, I'm out. Peace and blessings. And listen, people, get your money right.
Wait. And then real quick, before you leave out, where can they find you at?
Come on, man. You know where you can find me at. I'm the people's pimp.
The people's pimp.
Mind
My business. And with that said, it's been another great episode. And it's your host, as always. Yes. You can put the shades on right.
God Almighty.
But it's been another great episode of Street Talk. Is your host, C. Holmes. As always, make sure you stay subscribed, commenting, and much more, because you keep the conversation going as we bring great stories like this and much more. So as we end it off, make sure you stay motivated, stay blessed, and we see you next time on the next episode of Street Topics. Peace.
Peace.